I was just typing, longest song ever. Like, is this song ever going to end? How's it going, everybody? Merry Christmas. Grace is here to say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. This is the bonus stream of Christmas. Happy 13 streams of Christmas. 11 p.m., Marco? Well, I'm sorry that you're, maybe that's great. Perfect timing, right? I wanted to say hello to a couple people I saw in the chat already that said that they were here for the first time ever catching the live stream, and I love it. Gracie says hello. There were a couple people. Oh, where'd it go? First stream, AJ says first stream from the very start. Somebody else said first live stream. Kellen, how's it going, Kellen? We'll play this for you guys. So, thank you, Ryan. Ryan Mahoney, Merry Christmas. Thank you for all your videos and inspiration. You are welcome, my friend. I hope you build something awesome. Hope you enjoy some lights and some stuff, right? So this is a total fun old bonus, a bonus Christmas stream. So I've got some stuff here that actually came to me as Christmas presents that I promised the good folks at
Christmas present.
that I promised the good folks at Banggood I would show off a little bit because I'm pretty excited about it. So the most exciting one I'll save for kind of last. How's that sound? The most exciting thing to me is this retro arcade button stuff. But we'll start there. We'll go through. We can talk about these little things I got, and then we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll just go back and forth for a couple hours, and then we'll change the topic a few times halfway through, and I'll get confused and tired and reveal my secrets. It'll be a good time. How is everybody doing?
Wow.
Man. Thanks again, Ryan. That's super generous, my friend. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you. YouTube takes 30% of a donation, so PayPal may be better. Do they really take that much, Sir Goodenough? Sheesh. I didn't even know that. Yeah. Yikes. Oh my gosh, Howard. Thank you, my friend. Wow. Here we go. Can't wait to unpack the blue. It's under the Christmas tree. Thiesk. Oh, good. It's good.
I'm so excited to open my presents under the Christmas tree.
You're so excited to open your presents under the Christmas tree. We're having a good time here. Hit that like button. Go PayPal. Oh, John. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Wowzers. Oh, your uncle died, Jacob. I'm sorry, man.
Aww.
I'm sorry to hear that. I hope he had a good, long, fun life.
Yeah.
And we all got to go someday, but it is always hard when somebody does.
Yet.
Not yet for me? Okay, Gracie says not yet for me. Your blue was supposed to arrive today. Surprise, it didn't. Ooh, curses. Gotta donate to Air Cookie. Yes, for sure. For sure. Finally caught a live stream. Lee, oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. Brendan and Dr. 44. Thank you so much. Is your Pixel Pro V3 going to be available in Europe? Greetings from the Netherlands. You know what? We're going to make that happen. Dr. 44. We're going to make that happen. All this stuff I've been doing from home, so it's been a little bit tricky to get stuff out there, but it's not an insurmountable obstacle. We're going to make that happen. And Brendan, thank you, man. Brendan's been around for a long time, too. Super, super good. Thank you, my friend. That's amazing generousness. We're going to have some fun times.
Why is there so much money?
I know, huh? Gracie says, why is there so much money? Some bonds for you and your awesome family. Thank you, Renee. Thank you. AJ, thank you for your content. You are the reason I'm now so invested in Home Assistant. Merry Christmas. Well, I'm glad you're so invested in Home Assistant. You're going to have a good time. And Dr. Pepper Christmas Fund. Thank you, Nate. Oh, my goodness.
Pepper!
I didn't know this was going to be the donation session. Thanks, guys. This is fantastic. You guys are too kind to me. Merry Christmas. Enjoying my first Pixel Pro. Ordered 2 more DrZzs. Nice. Yeah, if you guys have ordered the Pixel Pros, I'd love to hear your feedback. We've changed it, obviously, a lot already since then. And this new version 3 is pretty awesome. But I want to hear what you think about the way, especially like the differences between that and the Uno, because like the way they're wired is very different. That's a big one, power doesn't go through it and all that stuff. Nate, again, thank you very much for the Dr. Pepper Christmas Fund. All right. I have a challenge for you. Do your videos en español para la comunidad hispana. Edgar, Tal vez algún día, pero puedo hablar español de misionero y español de anestesiólogo, pero no tanto de ingeniero.
Wait, what?
What? Yeah, I can speak English. I can speak Spanish like a missionary and like a doctor, like an anesthesiologist, but not so much like an engineer. But I should learn. You're right. Brian, thank you, my friend. Wow, man. We got to play a lot of these. We're just going to keep on celebrating. How do I change the language? Oh, Ronald, thank you. Golly. Little something for the marketing department. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for being awesome. Enjoy the holidays. You too, buddy. I appreciate that. I like that I have a place. You know, I found my way into the mix, even though I don't develop anything, and I mean, maybe this Pixel Pro 3 thing a little, but I couldn't do it without some serious help from my good neighbor John. But anyways, I'm glad that I get to be the marketing department. That's cool. I'm the marketing consultant liaison for Home Assistant as well. How's it going, Frank? This is all muy importante. Muy importante. Can I read Spanish? Sí. Hablo bien el español. No lo practica mucho. Hace muchos años, hace como 20 años, hablaba muy bien. Estudiaba todos los días el español. 2 años.
Huh?
Todos los días estudiaba yo.
I didn't know
Pero
you
ahora
could
no.
speak that much.
I can speak a lot. I can understand, but understanding has gotten harder too. Oh, good job, baby. Good job. All right, we better hit this first Banggood thing before we get too much farther. So you guys are gonna love this. You guys are gonna love this. Thank you, Javier. Hablas muy bien. Gracias. 30 bottles of 2-liter Dr. Pebbles because you kept drinking it. You know what? That's funny. When there was the big shortages of everything, that was like one of the shortages. You couldn't get Diet Dr. Pepper. I'm not surprised because all the good, smart people were hoarding it up.
Wow.
Ordered my N2 South Korea and took 5 days to get to Germany. That's not too bad. Jorge doing the count for us. All right. Hey, wait. Back to Banggood for a second. So I wanted to tell you what, see if you can guess. I'm going to show you what I got. I'm not going to demonstrate it, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm going to show you what I got, and then you can start making guesses about why I got it and what I plan to use it for. You ready, set? Oh, let's make sure we got a good picture. This guy. Now, holy ace. Thank you, my friend. Just started to solder 15-dig Uno boards for Christmas. Oh, fantastic. Nice. Well, good luck, man. Good luck. His guides, I hope you're following step by step the Quindor's guides, because he has a soldering guide where he has great pictures and he highlights which ones they are, and if there's anything funny with orientation, he shows you, and so it's really good. It's really good. Nick and Renee say they're guessing it's for the bug. Jorge says it's a welder. It's a plasma cutter. It's a plasma cutter, and actually it's not for the bug. It's not for the bug. You know what I'm loving about my bug? I absolutely love about the bug is it is totally rust free. Now that I've stripped all the paint off it, I can't believe how rustless this thing is. I mean, it is pristine. It's amazing for being, 50-year-old car. It is amazing. Quindo's guides are amazing. Yes, they are. Oh, Martin, how's it going? I know. You're making the Pixel Pro 4. Not yet. Not with this thing. You're going to solder the bus bars onto your batteries. Is that right? Ooh, that would be a good idea, but no. Splitting the bug in half. Nope. J channels. Nope. Mega cutting tree toppers. Nope. Permatrack. Nope. Is this safe in my hands? No, absolutely not, Adam. I've never used one of these before. So I got it out, and I was looking at the back of it, and there's these things for hoses, like an air hose. I'm like, what the heck is that for? Turns out you have to actually connect it to an air compressor and pump pressurized air through it as well. But let me show you then. The Hobbit hole, Sir Goodenough. You got it, buddy. Big winner. Big winner. Sir Goodenough. Let me show you. Let me show you what I got in my thinker here. What I got planned up. Oops, not Thingiverse. I don't have a thinker? I do have a thinker, don't I? So for those of you that don't know, I do lots of my drawing stuff in Onshape. And it's been a little while since I worked on this. I think this is the one. So I mocked up the door for our hobbit hole, right? And this is not what I'm going to actually do. This was just my first sort of tinkering around. But basically what I'm going to need to do is build the hinge myself. There's no hinges out there that are built to handle a door like this. I've tried some of the biggest hinges I could get from like Lowe's, but they just don't reach very far. And so I just decided I'm going to make my own hinge, right? I only need one anyway. So what I'm going to do is, get the sheet metal, and it's not going to be like this. Like this is like one big sheet, but again, it's not going to be like this. It'll probably be several, long, skinny ones. But anyways, I got this cutter so that I could make it decorative. So I could make some round edges on it, and I don't want to have to, jigsaw it all the way, What do you think? You need a fairly big compressor to cut smooth? Ace, it sounds like I need a new compressor. And actually, after today, I think I should just go get one. Thank you guys very much for my new compressor. I've had dial 911 now. Nice. It's an expensive hinge. Yeah. I have a welder. I do have a welder, Nick. I do have a welder, and I'm decent at welding. I've welded enough stuff now that I feel like I have welded like 300 times, Grace says. Yeah, I've shouldn't it roll instead of hinge? No, not if it's dang it. Not if it's a hobbit door like good old Bilbo had. Okay, let's see. Robert, I'm going to put your link up here and see where you're going. What is this? Open builds, modular table. What's this for? Dream it, build it, share it. Oh, cool. You know what would be awesome? Is to take this guy, and this is what my friend said. I've got a friend that's got a CNC router, and he said, "Are you going to take this and mount it on a mount it like a CNC? So you make your own CNC plasma cutter." You adjust the PSI to get the best cut. Takes practice. Yeah, thank you, Ace. I may pick on you when it comes time for me to learn some stuff. So I watched this guy's video down here, and it was really good. So if you want a really good video about a review about this thing and goods and bads about it, and he compares it to one from Harbor Freight as well. This is a pretty good review, much better review than I could do since I actually haven't used it yet. But anyways, yeah, he found he got the best results. If he was going 50 amps, he got the best results if his PSI was all the way up at 80. And I don't know how long my little compressor will last at 80, but like I said, I need a new one anyways. Thanks for subscribing, and we're going to keep celebrating all those awesome donations everybody made earlier in the show. Thank you. Next one has to be unicorn. Okay, Gracie says next one has to be unicorn. So anyways, that's what I got. I got this plasma cutter, and it is 220. Fortunately, I do have a 50 amp 220 outlet where my car charges. So I just need to put a 220 plug on this thing, and I can plug it in right where my car charges and go to town. So there you go. Item number 1 off of Wudy-claus Christmas list. How long does it take for me to receive stuff from Banggood, Pat? Well, this stuff they give me. This is, products that they say, hey, basically Banggood, I've been working with Banggood, gosh, for at least a couple years now, I think, since the first time I asked them, or first time they said, you want some stuff. It's been a long time. And, basically now, I mean, I don't really have free reign. Like I can't just buy whatever I want, but for the most part, they ask me, hey, you want some stuff? And I'll just kind of go through and find some things that I think look interesting, and they'll send them to me. And usually when they send them pretty fast. They don't put it on the slow boat. So but maybe 2 weeks or so is the most I think I usually would wait. We cannot approve them anymore. I know, what's up with that? The links are not getting approved. I don't know what's going on. Oh, Charles, thank you, my friend. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas. It's low voltage, high amp, probably uses 16 amp max. Oh, I don't know. I guess maybe that is. But I have the only 220 outlet that I have is on. So let's see, duty cycle. No, 220 available. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to check it out. But the only place that I have a 220 outlet, it's on a 50 amp breaker. So that's where I'll use it. But I might not need a 50 amp plug, Tycho. You're right. It might not need a 50 amp plug. I can't imagine that the wires that go between, you got to be right. It's not going to really take 50 amps because the wires that connect this thing to the 20 amp or to the 220 outlet are not probably rated for 50 amps anyways. Plasma cutter is very home automation related. Yeah, it is. Nick says get at least a 30-gallon compressor. I think I need to get one of those big ones. Don't you think? I need to get I need a big one. Come over to Twitch. The links are working over on Twitch, Mark says. Okay.
Yeah, do you remember Dawson's?
No, I don't.
I do.
Yeah, but look at that. That's for later.
He's getting his haircut.
That's for later.
Why?
Oh, did he go get his haircut?
Christmas movie.
Oh. Save some Christmas movies for me later. All right. So there you go. That's that one. Let's move on to number 2, because there is a number 2 here. Ready? Set. This guy.
That guy.
This guy right here. This guy, the reason that I wanted this is because I've been doing a lot of these soldery melty connectors, and I use my big hot air gun, right? And it blows a ton of hot air. This little guy blows just a little bit of hot air. Beautiful. It came with a soldering iron too, which I guess you can't have too many of those.
That's your second.
And I want to use it for this. This is really what it's meant for, right? So you can desolder stuff or maybe solder stuff on with a hot air gun. It's very pointed tip like that. So I'm really excited to play with this. I haven't played with it. Frank says, man, that thing blows. Yeah, SMD stuff. Yeah, I certainly would be more handy than what it's been with my, trying to do it with a stick and all that stuff. But having a hot air station is awesome. I haven't ever had one before, so this is great. It's a great little hot air station. I have one to use it for making Quinn LED boards. Fantastic, Brendan. Well, I'm excited about it. And it's funny. I feel bad for I can't remember what his name is. I'm not sure if he's told me his name. Woody the Second. We'll call him Woody Jr. But he sent me this, and then he's like, "Oh, I sent you the wrong one. I sent you the one that has the European plug on it. I have to send you another one." So he sent another one, which I haven't seen yet if it arrived or not. But the tip that it uses, this thing is the same, right? That's standard. So he didn't need to send me that. I've got plenty of those. But I didn't realize that until I took this thing out of the box like a day or two ago. So I could fire this thing up and see how hard it blows for Frank. The T100 soldering iron is on my Christmas list. You will not be sad, Howard. That thing is awesome. You will be very happy with your T100. I got my T100 out just the other day. It's doing so well for me. I love my T100. I keep it right here. I just keep it right here in my little pin holder thing. And then I keep a 12 volt 10 amp power supply up here that I just, plug in when I need my soldering iron. And I love my T100. I love my T100. Go watch my video when you get it and hack the firmware and get yourself a nice logo on there and all that stuff. UK only giveaway? I could do that. I certainly don't need extras. When it comes, we'll do a giveaway. That'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be great fun. And is this the UK or is this Europe? Make sure I'm telling you the right thing so I don't get your hopes up and then not be able to get you the one you actually think you did get. Where'd it go? Did Gracie just take that from me? I lost it. Oh, here it is. Is this the UK or is this someplace else? They're round. Is that the UK or Europe or someplace else? Wherever this is, we'll have a giveaway. Clone. Pine64 made a T100 clone for $25. Oh, awesome. Wow, $25. I thought the T100 was cheap enough, but that's amazing. Oh, that's EU. Oh, sorry, Europe. Dang, sorry, UK guys. Well, you know what, though? We'll see how many of these end up showing up, because when I go look at my Banggood cart, there's several of these on there. If we wanted to do a giveaway with these, I'm sure we could make it happen, because these are pretty. I think for them, that's an inexpensive giveaway kind of a thing to come up with some sort of a contest. So if you got enough of you guys interested in it, I'll talk to him about that for you. UK use it with a death adapter. Oh no. I don't even want to see that thing. I did think though that when he told me that this was coming, that it was going to be the wrong plug, I thought, well, that's no big deal. I'll just splice that. Nothing. I splice that. Yes, interested. Okay, great. Well, I'll talk to him about it. What are these? It's a hot air and soldering iron station. So here is actually the hot air wand part of it. And that's what I'm going to call this thing. It's like the lightsaber. So this thing blows, as Frank says, blows hot air out. And it's got some nozzle tips on somewhere around here. Here we go. So it's got a bunch of these little nozzles, different sizes, so you can be real precise. That was a really hard thing about using those soldery melty connectors. I couldn't get my fingers very close to it. So you have to like dangle it. You have to like dangle the wire and then try and get it focused on the right spot. But look at that. I mean, it goes all the way down to, that's skinnier than a pencil. Not a pencil tip, but the shaft of the pencil. So I'm pretty excited about this thing. This thing's going to be here in my office where I can use it. And it's got this like wall hanger thing too. So you can hang it on the wall, get it up off the desk. Kind of excited about it, to be honest with you. What do you think? Quindor has a video on soldering iron, hot air gun. The AliExpress 1111 video. Oh, cool. Brandon. Links for all these are good enough. Should be in the video description. If they're not there, please tell me. Because I specifically made affiliate links and put them in there. Seamus, what did Seamus say now? What has he done now? You see what he says. We do have plenty of spare kettle leads hanging around. Was that what it was? Is that what he said? No, something else. Bad timing when the camera is pointing at his crotch. Oh. I do have pants on. Eyes up here, boys. Oh, good times. Need to send you a video of my light display. Yes, please do. We talked about it and we never really made a big deal of it, but let's start it now for next year, I suppose. Let's pick a hashtag and post videos of whatever you've done with like your WLED, Digiunos, whatever, Culp, X-Lights, and let's start a hashtag, of, I don't even know what you want to call it, but let's start a hashtag and everybody post your videos on whatever you use, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you use. So, Pixel Heads. I like Pixel Heads Stubbs as a hashtag. Can we use Pixel Heads? So whatever you do, let's use Pixel Heads. I think that is such a fun name. I like it. Don't use that. Don't use Pixel Heads. Hashtag crotch cam. No. These lights. These lights and the crotch cam. No. Let's bring back an old question. Uh-oh. What did you do these last days on your home automation stuff? Oh my goodness. Have you? So you haven't been in with me on all my stuff. What did we do, guys? We played with the blue a lot. I did start going through like some of what I thought would be the most important things to do first. I will not be able to tell you that I've made major strides or major conversion stuff. But we did have a great time. You were with us, right? We had a great time doing text to speech with the Google stuff. I've got way too many Amazon Echo devices here. I haven't tried it again. You were there when we were doing the Zigbee stuff too, right, Frank? I think. Were you? I could not get anything to pair. I only tried a couple things, but I couldn't get them to pair. And everybody was talking about interference or something from the USB ports. So I did put an extension. It's about a 2.5 foot maybe extension. So I will try it again, but I haven't tried it yet. And that's it. We did the Visual Studio Code. You were with me for a lot of this stuff. I haven't done much else. I haven't done much else. We did do this. Oh, hey, this, yeah, we had to add that. I was hoping that we didn't have to change anything for theme stuff, but we did have to add that part to do the themes. But anyways, looks like the kids are downstairs watching a Disney movie. I don't know what they're watching, but they're watching a Disney Christmas movie, I'm sure. So yeah, it's kind of ugly. I need to do a dashboard. We gotta clean up all this stuff. But I gotta start from scratch, right? I'm starting from scratch. I'm going to, you know, whatever I need to do. I'm trying not to do it the way I know how. I'm trying to look at the docs again, or ask, because there's a lot of people who, you know, well, a lot of things have changed, I guess. A lot of things have changed, so. I found I needed 2 meter USB extension before my Zigbee worked. Oh no. Push pause? What happened? Oh, pause on this. That's mean. I could turn up the volume. I could skip ahead. I could do all kinds of mean stuff to them. Hey, James. Having issues with getting add-ons like decons to install. Really? And you're on the blue? I haven't tried decons. I didn't have any. Well, I mean, I did a lot of the Zigbee stuff. It's a general Zigbee issue, yeah. Oh, the Zigbee. Oh, the Zigbee. Oh, the Zigbee. Oh, the Zigbee. Sorry for everybody who didn't want to see Paul's pelvic thrusts again. Oh, the Zigbee. Oh, the Zigbee. My Pi is running the supervised version. It's trying to install add-ons as 64-bit version, and my Pi isn't running 64. Oh. You have a 1 meter extension on your Z-Wave dongle? Really? They're good enough? You have a 1 meter Zigbee dongle? Really? Sorry, I have to stop. We have to stop this nonsense. All right, hey, let's get to the last of my Banggood presents, so that we can then just spend the rest of the time talking about whatever nonsense comes along, right? So here it is. The thing I've been waiting to reveal, which you guys probably already have heard me talk about, and you might know what's coming. Who wants to guess? Anybody want to guess? I have a 1 meter dongle. Absolutely. 2 meters. Oh, of course. Somebody's got 2 meters. 3 meters for combi. Oh, yeah. 3 meters now. Oh, you should see a doctor about that. Okay. Is there a way to force the supervisor to allow updates on unsupported Linux build? I do not know, John. I do not know. But Frank is here. And if anybody knows, he would be the guy. Marital aid. Let me know if you have DrZzs, because the video I sent you yesterday, that controller is inside the garage, is working fine, but I want to upgrade. Oh, okay. The DrZz quad. JP, I will have, if you go to the website and sign up for the announcements of the DrZz quads, I will be posting it as soon as I get them. Yeah, Seamus. Arcade buttons. Yep, you guys remember. You remember. So, where is it? Here we are. So these arcade buttons I got. Just grabbed a pack of arcade buttons and actually got all this done like in a half an hour today. I took a box that I just had sitting here from something else, and I took all of the buttons and wired it all up. It was actually super simple to wire up. I was really impressed. I did have to go to Google and look up which wires or which contact points to connect here. It looks like there should be an LED in these, but I don't know for sure. I hooked up 3 volts to those other connectors and nothing turned on, so maybe they're not an LED. But anyways, yeah, it's just a cardboard box, man. This is not the permanent home. This is not this permanent home, but yeah, it's a cardboard box. But you know what? It's actually not too bad. I was playing Mario Brothers. Super Mario 3 I was playing before the stream started, me and Zach. And I was really impressed. I mean, all I had to do was I connect all those buttons. You connect the joystick here. You connect it to these things. And I just went down the line. There's a bunch of these connections on the bottom. There's other connections here that I didn't use. But there's all these connections along the bottom. And then I plugged it into the USB port. That little board goes to a USB cable. And then I plugged that into the retro to the Pi 4 and fired up RetroPie. And it's like, hey, you don't have a controller configured, press a button on your controller. So I pressed the button and then it just walks you through the configuration, and you just press which button you want to be A and B and X and Y, and right shoulder, left shoulder, analog this, whatever. I couldn't believe it, how easy it was. It was actually pretty easy. I gotta say, there's 2 buttons here that get stuck like that. See that one? I don't know if you can tell, but that one gets stuck. So this is really like the actual arcade experience. So those 2 buttons, I'm going to need to lubricate or something. I have to pop them apart and throw some powdered lithium lubricant in there or something so that they stop getting stuck. Because I don't want to lose, I don't want to lose on the boss just because I didn't have them stuck. Dry graphite, that's a good one. So, yeah, this will be a fun one. Adam, that's your project for next year. This will be a fun one. So, yeah, we need to go ahead and begin a collection of legally acquired ROMs. Because I need some ROMs. I have like 4. Stubbs has a bunch he'll really give me. Did Zach make it stick so he would win? I think he did, Worm. I think he did. I think he tricked me. No, his eyes lit up like crazy when I showed him this. His eyes lit up. Oh, nice, Seamus. I like what you did there. Maybe if you lube the dongle. Jeez, we're bad. Oh, and demonetization. Bingo. Oh, sorry. Stubbs doesn't have any ROMs. Nope. But anyways, that's pretty fun. I'm pretty proud of my little console there. I could throw the RetroPie in here and then just have the only things coming out of here would be, well, right now it's on I did the network. I did actually Wi-Fi as well. But anyways, I want to do a 2-player stand-up cabinet and have some fun on it. Half-Life on LAN at your old job. It got brutal. We played, Shulin? We played Quake 3. This was about 99, 2000, 2001, that kind of area. And we were playing Quake 3. We would as soon as work was over for the day, we would, okay, we're done for the day, close the doors, lock everything, put the curtains down, and then we would play Quake 3. That was so fun. Had a staple gun. Remember that one? Or a nail gun. It was a nail gun. So fun, man. So fun. Counter-Strike, Duke Nukem. I don't even know what's going to be good to play on this. I mentioned it in the chat. Some of you guys probably saw because I posted a picture of this in the general chat on Discord a little while ago today. But it seemed retro gaming seems like, oh, that's gonna be so fun. These old games are so fun. But then I started looking for games, and I'm like, oh, man, that one wasn't so great. I probably wouldn't spend a lot of time playing that one. And good vids explaining pixel strings and universes. Oh, cool. Who's this? Ooh, Trevi lights. Oh, cool. I haven't seen him before. So yeah, I'll post. I don't know if it will let me post anything else. It will not. It won't let us approve other people's links for some reason right now on YouTube. I don't know what's going on. Am I streaming on both electronics TV? Not if you think it's bad. Not if you work for YouTube and you're going to tell me that I am not allowed to do that. Then no. But otherwise, maybe. Links only on Twitch or Discord. There you go. Well, Twitch or Discord. So be it. If you guys have questions, at this point, so I've fulfilled my obligation to Banggood. I always appreciate Woody and his successors treating me so well and letting me have these fun toys. And all I have to do to get these fun toys is to tell you guys about them and share a link. And then you do with that what you want. And they're happy and I'm happy and maybe you're happy and on we go. So I'm done with my obligation for that. So we can now move to anything you guys want to talk about. So if you want to put, tilde ask questions, I can go through that. We can kind of keep it orderly. I know that's what Sir Goodenough would prefer with good reason. But I'll do whatever. We can just party for the next, hour and a half. What do you say? If it could make tea as well, that would be amazing. Got the Doctor Who tool from Banggood. Thanks for recommending. Oh, did you? Oh, I love this thing. Yeah, this guy. Man, I love this thing. I got a lot of questions about this on the on that video where me and Zach were working on it. I got a lot of people say, "What was that screwdriver? I need that." The sonic screwdriver. I think I even listed that as the sonic screwdriver in the description. Do I still use Minecraft Tai Chi? No, I do not, my friend. I do not. Minecraft hadn't made a lot of progress. I know they were trying to do hardware and they ran into a lot of trouble. And then they said they were just going to stick with something that you could implement on the binary nexus. You scare me. Are my 3D prints published on Thingiverse? Yeah, Pat, most of them. If there's something that you've seen me show that I haven't put on Thingiverse, then let me know and I will make an effort to get it there. And it is just DrZzs on Thingiverse as well. It used to be Sniper Cane, I think, but I changed it. Sniper Cane was an old Xbox gamer tag from like Xbox One. Ikafor, amigo, ¿cómo estás? Oh, and Sir Charles wants to give a shout out to Sir Goodenough for his help the other day with my Flood Tasmota issue. Well, great job, Sir Goodenough. Boost him some karma there, Sir Charles. Boost him some karma. That man, I can't imagine. He deserves so many pats on the back. He's a good dude. We are grateful to have you, Sir Goodenough. Thank you. Scrime. Okay. Already did. Good. Thank you. And now it's all going by faster than I can keep up with. So good. Let's see. Somebody did ask an ask. How do I need to run 22 gauge wire to each 3 meter LED light if they are run from individual dig quads? So you have, do you mean, they're each individual dig quads. So you have how many dig quads? You have multiple dig quads, whatever. And you have 3 meters of LEDs from each dig quad. Well, depending on your LED density, you might not need to run them from there. The dig quad, one of its main features is that it has extra terminals on the output side for you to connect power injection wires like you're talking about. So you can do 22 gauge. I wouldn't go any smaller. That's on the small side, but it's probably fine. 3 meters, and that's your second connection. You're not going to melt anything with that, unless you have those 144 or 300 and whatever LEDs per meter. But you should be okay to just connect to the outputs of each quad and run it to the lights that are connected to it. You don't want to connect positives from different power supplies. Now, you could have one power supply that's supplying all of your dig quads. And then it wouldn't matter really which dig quad you brought the power from, but it's probably still good to just keep it coming from the dig quad that's supplying those LEDs. And I apologize if I'm not understanding your question right, but let's see. Somebody's asking Nino about a blueprint. There's a lot of good blueprints out there now. There's a lot of blueprints out there now. There's probably a lot of not so good ones, but I'm sure there's some really good ones in there too. Dig quad here, set up with the pre-alpha channel. Can't get to unsync the other 3 dig Uno on startup. Can't get it to unsync. Pablo, go in and change the UDP port. Go in and change the UDP port. Config, sync interfaces, and if you don't want your quad to, oh, look at you. If you don't want your quad to sync with your Unos, go into your quad and change this UDP port right here. Come here, say hi. Come say hi, handsome. Look at that handsome haircut. Looking good, man. Looking good. Ooh, this is RetroPie. He sees the controller and says, ooh, what's this? What's this? It's connected to this, and it's running like old games. And it's gonna be a big stand-up cabinet someday for everybody to play on. When I say someday, I mean like it'll be in the Hobbit hole. Oh, shoot, today's my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, Carrie. I'm just watching all these texts fly by from my sister and my mom going, what's going on? What's going on? Now I remember. It's my sister's birthday. Which WLED need to update on the Pixel Pro? The regular ESP32, Jesse. The regular ESP32 version. Yep. The only time you need the pin 16 version is if you're plugging something into an Uno or a quad, and the Pixel Pro does not need to plug into an Uno or a quad. It's all self-contained. You just connect right to just put your power wires in and your data wire in, and bingo. Bingo. Okay? But yeah, it's the regular ESP32 for updates. Autocorrect is killing me. Let's see. Ask. I love the ask. Let's go over here to the ask question so I can do them in order, because they're flying by so fast. Oh, there it is. Stubbs Christmas. Speaking of WLED, remember to vote for WLED-like effects in Falcon Pi Player. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. So let's go to Tech Turtle's message he sent to me, and let's open this up. Okay, so one of our good pixel heads, Tech Turtle, posted in the Falcon Pi Player. So if you run a Culp board, if you run Falcon boards, if you're using X-Lights a lot, you probably know about Falcon Pi Player. And it's a control software for those kinds of controllers, right? So think of WLED, but it's not built to do the same sorts of things as WLED. It's built for those shows where you've got sequences and you've got songs and you've got a playlist and that kind of stuff. What we're asking, what this request is that Tech Turtle posted, is to ask for some WLED-like functionality in Falcon Pi Player. So that you could, scroll down, select an effect, select some colors, save a quick preset, that kind of stuff. Basically, implementing that kind of functionality into the wired big controllers, because those controllers are big. They control thousands of pixels. So, the Dig Uno, Dig Quad, is a quarter or less of what those big boards can control. So, for the people who use those big boards a lot, and I have some, I haven't used them yet. What this request is from Tech Turtle is to implement something like that. So let's go in there, guys, and let them know that that's what we want. Of course, vote your conscience. All right, and thanks as always for the per port, right? So if you've got, like, some of these have like 16 ports. So a Dig Quad has like 4 channels, right? These will have some of them 16, and then they have expansion boards. You can do more, and they want to be able to set WLED effects per port, right? Vote early, vote often. We should get you an I voted sticker. Bing. All right. Preguntas, chistes, chismes. You need to pass through the USB to the Proxmox VM. Oh, you're talking about somebody else. Yes. Thank you very much, Seamus, for helping. Whoever was asking that question. Gracias muchos. Okay, let's go look at the Ask channel. This is where I give my Christmas presents to you by answering questions. And then maybe even every once in a while, I might have the right answer, if you're lucky. All right, here we go. Oh, I love the stream markers too. These are good enough. Thank you, my friend. YouTube sensor still shows live false. No way, really? Oh, Gary, I'm sorry. Try the Twitch sensor. I think the Twitch sensor is better. My Twitch sensor is working. So try the Twitch sensor instead. We did try and set it up the other night, and we did, but because I already had one set up, it was a little bit funky. But it is actually quite easy these days to set it up. You don't need an API key. You basically just need to set up a generic app on one page, and then just grab a little code that it gives you, and you're done. You can set it up. All right, let's go. Here we go. Mr. Fixers, any chance you could show how to make a button in Lovelace that once pressed takes you to another Lovelace panel? You know what? I think I remember how to do that. Let's try it. Let's go to the lab here. This is my lab station. Okay, edit dashboard. I think there's a place where you can, let's just add a button card real quick. Add a button. Okay. Right here, navigate. So say that this entity, this is a required entity, whatever, switch bot. Okay, sure, whatever. Navigate, and then the navigation path. And then here you can just say, like, I don't remember what this has to be. So we'll have to look at it and we'll have to play with it and just get the syntax right. I'm sure if you looked at the documents, it's in there. But so say we want this to go to Lovelace 1. I don't know if this is going to work like this or not, but probably something like that. Okay. So then now if I click that button, yep, that's it. Bingo. What? That easy? Yep, that easy. So now we'll go back to that button, and so you can see it again because that went by really fast. You just select the buttons card, and then when you do the tap action or the hold action, whichever you want it to be, you just select navigate. And if you do navigate, then you can put in a Lovelace card. URL can get you, it basically does like an iframe, I think. Is that right, guys? It will pull up that website in there. I'm not 100% sure about that. Let's find out. Somebody asked, did I make my own website? Yes. I don't think this is going to work, but we'll try it. Well, when I say I made my own website, I mean I used yeah, there it goes. So then so I pressed it and held it, and then it sent me to the website. Ta-da! The button card is amazing. You have 3 buttons. I have 500. Yeah, I have too many. And I have multiple dashboards. This is the one I use most often. This one gives me most of what I want to know. But even there's stuff here that I don't use anymore very much. Right? Right. Seamus, thanks again. I know you're helping somebody. I can just tell by what you're saying that you're helping somebody. Oh, Theo! How you been, Theo? How you been? I recognize your icon there. All right, let's see who's next. Oh, let's see. Sir Goodenough says. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, next question. This is HQ 216493. Catchy name. Can you point me to any resources for automating a swimming pool maintenance? Pool cover, uncover, pool pump timer, chlorine level, skimmer, floor vacuum, water level, etc. I know that Hookup Rob did a pool automation thing. But basically, and I don't know what all he put in there. I can't remember if he did things like pH and some of that stuff, chlorine level. I don't know. What I would refer you to is the talk from the Home Assistant Conference by the guy that did the fireplace. Remember the guy that automated the fireplace? I don't say remember because you probably didn't see it, HQ, if you weren't watching, but it was a great tutorial on just how to figure stuff out. It's basically just poking around. Sometimes it's YouTube or Google. Sometimes it's just getting in there with a flashlight and a screwdriver and trying to figure out what connects to what, and then thinking about how you can bring that into Home Assistant. So, something like ESP Home with some sensors and some relays. You sometimes have to kind of hodgepodge yourself something together. This looks like, though, Raspy Pool. Somebody, Thiesk, is sharing here, Raspy Pool. That sounds pretty good. I don't have a pool, but there you go. And look at, he's got it implemented in Home Assistant and everything else. So there you go. Check this guy out. Check this thing out for sure. That looks pretty good. Swimming pool automation system with Raspberry Pi and Home Assistant. Beautiful. Thank you, Thiesk. Thank you. All right. To figure out how I want to perma LEDify my house. Good, Robert. Good. We should be getting a shipload of Permatrack in. I was talking to RGB Man. We have a logistics issue already, because when we ordered 1,000 pieces of Permatrack, we filled a U-Haul truck basically with it, right? It wasn't like it was all full, but it was pretty full. And we're going to, now this next order that's coming in is 5,000 pieces. So we're going to have to take multiple trips, or we've been trying to brainstorm about how we're going to do it. So we will have permatrack, and I haven't done it yet because it's still on the boat, but it will be on my website. We're going to make a change so we can do a little bit better inventory management stuff. So permatrack is going to start being on my website for sale, and instead of Mike's, instead of RGB Man's. We don't want to get into that trouble again. Oh, and there's Tech Turtle video capture. Nice. So we can use the retro gaming thing here, and we can put it on the side of the house on a pixel matrix. You're welcome, HQ. Thank Fisk for sharing that. That's a great solution. Not having a swimming pool, I hadn't looked into that, but that raspy pool looks like a good solution. I would go for that. Semi-truck, right? I could take the RV. We could just fill the RV. Any thoughts on getting permatrack with 4-inch spacing? I wouldn't think anytime real soon, Octawisp. We have 2-inch spacing. You could just do it every other hole. But then you'd probably want to fill the other holes, or else you'd have to look at them. What is permatrack? Howard says. Permatrack is I don't want to say an invention, because it's really a pretty simple process, but when I did my lights around the house like 3 years ago, I was looking for something to mount them in to make them look good. And I got this J-channel stuff from Lowe's or Home Depot or something, which is still a good solution. But the problem with that stuff is you have to drill all your own holes. And so I went through the process of finding a manufacturer, went through several manufacturers and several different designs, and came up with a track. Actually, I have a piece of it right here. It's just this. It's a sheet metal channel. This one happens to be brown, but most of it's white. And it's got holes in the bottom that are just the right size for pixels. And then it's got these little mounts that you put on wherever you want to put them. You put these little mounts somewhere, and that the track just snaps into the mounts. Like that. Track snaps into the mounts, and then it hangs up on your roof line or wherever else you want it to be. So our goal for at least the first half of 2021 with permatrack is to just get enough of it, because we did not expect that it would be nearly as popular. I guess we should have known, but it's hard to guess those kinds of things. So we should have ordered 10,000 pieces instead of 1,000, right? And so we're trying to stock up. And then we'll see how it goes. If we could add some variation with different spacings and stuff like that. And Ship Sparky's got a good point. 4-inch spacing, unless you I think the LEDs, the strips, the pixels that RGB Man sells have 4 inches of wire, but most of them, like if you're buying them directly from AliExpress or Amazon or something, they're usually only 3 inches. So you would run into trouble getting them 4 inches apart. Howard used the aluminum channels. Good. Yeah, and if you're using strips, the aluminum channel is great. Quindor for EU distribution. If he's game. Did I ever look up? Oh, sorry. I'm skipping ahead there. Skipping ahead and answering Worm's question. Let me go back to the question. Get him in order. You guys put me in such a good mood. I was not in a bad mood today, but I have been from time to time. Not depressed or anything, just like I got a lot of stuff going on in my mind, my regular job, regular family stuff, trying to get all this thing, So I have a hard time sleeping sometimes at night. Things are going on in my head. But man, when I come in here and just hang out with you guys and do this, it makes me feel good. And so thanks. Anyways, Merry Christmas. All right. Let's see. Travis says, any advice on getting cards to be semi-transparent? Yes. The way you do that is you edit the theme. So when you have so first you have to have a theme, I suppose. Are you using themes already? Photochromax, how you been, man? Been a while. Merry Christmas. Thanks, Josh. PayPal doesn't let you log in. Oh, that's okay, Bjorn. The thought counts. Anyways, what you do have to do is go into the theme file. So you set up, you get your themes going, and then you go in here to themes, and then you pick the theme that you're using or the theme that you want to change. Like, let's say we want to change, I don't know, whatever, Gray Knight. If this person did us a favor, which they did, they labeled them. Well, no, they didn't really put a lot of information in there, but do you guys remember what it was called? There is a background. There's something here that you change for the background opacity, and I can't remember what it is. Dark divider opacity. No, there's another opacity, though. Dark secondary opacity. There's a bunch of opacities. So go in here and just start changing some of these until you get the one you want. Somebody here is probably going to shout it out. They probably already have. This is where you'd put your $1 million if you had it. Oh, random game. Thank you, my friend. That counts. That counts. Did I manage to get access back to Amazon? Yes, I did. Did I create the separate Amazon accounts to prevent future issues? No, I haven't, Howard, but I need to. I need to do that anyways because I do buy stuff from Amazon that's specifically business expense stuff, and it would be a lot simpler bookkeeping if I would keep it separate. So I need to do that anyways. Just have it paid out of my... The thing is, I would want another Amazon card because Amazon gives you 5%, basically 5% off if you use an Amazon card and buy stuff on Amazon. So like saving an extra 5%, yeah, anytime. All right, so that's the best I can do for Travis with semi-transparent cards. Search through here for opacity and find the one. I thought there was somewhere, maybe if you poke around enough in the documents where you can find which one it is. And it may be that this person didn't call out specifically what that, maybe they weren't going to do anything different with opacity, so maybe they don't have that in there. So here's, this one's got a little bit more information, but not a bunch. Oh, this is 1M Tech made some. He's a good dude. If you don't know, I hope you know who he is, but I haven't seen a lot of new stuff from him in a while. Sidebar, here's some sidebar stuff. State icons, paper slider, label badge. I mean, there's so many options. No, I don't think he put opacity on any of his in here either. So just because it's not listed here doesn't mean it's not a variable that you can modify. It's just not everybody who, when they make their theme, they don't use every available variable, right? Okay. All right. Looking for integrating solar. Do you know of any good resources? I do. I really need to offset my electrical usage. All right. I'm going to play this for whoever that was that just subscribed because I feel like it. Thank you very much for subscribing. Oh, and then there's a message too. That is not in English, but thank you, except for the part about Merry Christmas. Oh, that was in Welsh. Nice. Thanks, man. Seems funny that Welsh has such a different language, isn't it? Very, very different. I don't know too much about it, but it doesn't look like a Latin language, like English or Spanish or Italian or anything, even though that's kind of where it is. Anyways, cool. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. ¿A dónde estábamos? Oh yeah, the solar question. So integrating solar. Man, this could be a whole long talk by itself, and I am not a solar expert. Wait, what? WLED was featured on Secret Santa episode by the Hacksmith? Seriously? That is awesome. So I know what they do, like a lot of these big YouTube guys, they'll do a gift exchange, you know? And that's amazing. I haven't seen it. It's from space, UFO alien based. Okay, here we go. So solar. Gosh. I have a lot of opinions about solar, but I love my solar and I wish I had more of it. And we're putting some up at the Hobbit Hole, and I think it makes a ton of sense. I wish we should all do it. But it is expensive, and there's problems with how long a panel's going to last, and those are all legitimate concerns. Regardless, assuming you get some solar, look first at the Home Assistant page for integrations, and look up Is there one for just, is there a whole bunch of solar? I don't think there is, right? So maybe it's energy. Energy maybe is where the solar stuff comes in. I don't know. Anyways, just search all the integrations here for solar. So what I use is Solar Edge. So Solar Edge has a, man, I wish I could approve those, Bjorn. I'll put it in here. That is so cool. Well, hopefully, I mean, if somebody like the Hacksmith or one of those guys started doing, made any sort of a comment about WLED, that would be awesome if it drove some more traffic to Air Cookie and Quindor, myself, and everybody else. That's awesome. That's prime time, man. That's big time. So anyways, Solar Edge. Solar Edge is the brand of the inverter. So you can, if you have a Solar Edge inverter, they can give you an API key on their website. You sign into their website, and then you can connect Home Assistant to their API. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is no matter what inverter you have, it's likely that it will integrate with PV Output. So PV Output is a website that, not quite if this then that, but it's basically I don't know if you want to say clearinghouse, but it's a conglomeration. It's a place where where people can upload their solar information, and PV Output, what they're trying to do, it seems like, is just get an overall data collection of how much solar people are using, and what kind of, I think they even give some information there about your power rates and what you're spending and what you're saving and all that kind of stuff. So PV Output, no matter what inverter you have, you can upload information to PV Output probably. And then PV Output has an integration into Home Assistant. So that's nice because it's that way it doesn't matter kind of what inverter you use or how you get your data to PV Output. As long as you have PV Output, a PV Output account, you can integrate it into Home Assistant. And then I've shown these funny little cards before. This information, let's see, this information up here, the two up here on the top, this is my solar. Right now it's a nice sunny day. I mean, I'm almost maxed out. The most I can do is 7,600 watts at a moment, And then for the day so far, and it's 4 in the afternoon, so it's going to start getting dark, so it's not been great, but it's a short day. And it was a little cloudy. So I've produced 26 kilowatt hours of solar today. And we've used, this down here is from Simple Circuit, my monitor in the house. Totally different system. This is just monitoring the power usage in the house, not related to my solar. I just keep them together because that makes sense to me. And we're currently using 7,000 watts, which probably makes me think that either the dryer or the oven is on, because the air conditioning certainly better not be on. And we've used a total of 54 kilowatt hours today. Let's make sure the air conditioning is not on. No, it's not. Okay, good. All right, so that was a long-winded question about solar, but I like solar. I think solar is important. I think solar is good, very good. And DIY Tech Repairs has a good point. As long as you can tie the wire, as long as you can tie the inverter via serial, you can get in it. Done both via ESP code and also Solar Assist and other stuff. So maybe DIY Tech Repairs is a good guy to ask about that if you wanted to try and get a direct connection. I know Frank and I talked about this like well over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, about how he did his solar and sort of sniffed out. I think because he has a solar Edge as well, but I think he did something with his inverter and some signal sniffing. I don't know if it was Zigbee or something else, but he sniffed some signals and integrated it that way. I think before there was an integration, then he probably made the integration. What do I use for power monitoring? Ryan says I use. I always lose. He needs a different name for it. Simple Circuit. No. DIY power monitoring. I always get the name wrong. So I basically followed DigiBlur, Travis. But the solution used, I actually had the guy on, he's been in the stream before. The guy that makes these boards. Circuit setup. Circuit setup. So this is the one that I use right here. So I use this plus a couple of 100 amp clamps and then a few others that are like 20 amp clamps just to monitor individual circuits. But what really, really matters to me is the whole house. You know, I've got, that's what I look at every day. I don't look at individual circuits so much every day. I've got that information over here on my power monitor stuff. You can't see it because it's out of the screen. So I've got that information here, but I don't look at that very often. I've meant to, wanted to, just haven't made use of that information as much as I've made use of the whole house power thing. So yeah, it's basically this guy, he makes these boards himself. It is basically like, you know, the Dig Uno, Dig Quad of power monitoring. Think of it that way. And sells them out of his house. I think he's in New Jersey or Connecticut or something up there. And at least he was selling him out of his house. He may have moved up to something bigger. But yeah, then you just clamp them on your circuits. This is actually looks like it could be my house. I didn't put mine in here. I put mine outside the circuit board, but it's just an ESP32 strapped on top, running an ESP home sketch. Done. Simple. I'll give you this link so you can watch Travis's video about it and get the links to the simple circuit setup. See, that's such a generic name. I never get it. That's why I can't remember it. Is it only for 110? No, you can do, well, can it do like you guys do, your 220 over there? I don't know if it can do it. It probably can, but I'm not sure. There's something sticking in my memory about not being able to do it in Europe, but he may have a way that you can make that happen. I'm sorry. I don't know for sure. Do you do power monitoring with Quindor GoSun socket switches with ESP Home? 22 in the house now. Dang, Thiesk. That's great. Yeah, 240. You guys are like 240 on like everything, right? And so I can't remember what the solution was for that. It seems like there was. Yeah, single phase and split phase, and I don't remember, and I don't know. Those were parts of things I knew about, but I haven't had to think about in a long time. You love your 32 channel monitoring. Oh, good. Brol Tech. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Everything was $500. Nice. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of good solutions out there. Technically, the UK is described as 230 now. 220. It just keeps dropping. Shelly has one too. Yep, Shelly has one too. And then there's Bruno. You guys, we don't talk about Bruno enough, and I will talk about Bruno more. But some of you know who I'm talking about when I say Bruno. Bruno is my crazy Portuguese maker friend. And Bruno has been making in what is, in my mind, the best little DIY smart switch. And that's the BH Onofre. That's this guy here. And he's, I'll talk about this more early next year or something like that. But anyways, I have had a few of these in my web store, and hopefully we'll be getting more. He was telling me he's going to send me some more. So when I get the new batch, I'll actually make a little video and talk about him again a little bit. But he also has what he calls the PZEM, which is a same kind of thing, DIY power monitor kind of thing. And this is Europe, right? So this would work for sure in your situations, whatever they are. So you can contact Bruno or go through his website or whatever. He's always on Facebook. He's on Facebook a bit more than anything else. And he's big in the maker community, the Movimiento Maker de Portugal. So he does a lot of the organizing and stuff for this group, the Maker Fair kind of folks over there in Portugal. So he's a good dude. I like him, and he's crazy. So there's another option for you for Europe, for DIY power monitoring in Europe, eh? I'll give you this link too. PZEM. I have PZEM. You can just buy it on Banggood. Oh, really? Can you buy it on Banggood? Is he selling them on Banggood? Or does it not? Maybe it's not as much his as I thought it was. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe he made his different version. I don't know. Maybe not. I thought it was his. Anywho's a what's it? Good night. Oh, Thomas is leaving. Going to go to head. All right. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Seamus. Oh, you bet. Thanks for the tip with Hyperion. The Pi thingamajig. So that worked better for you, right? You can buy the PZEM sensor on Banggood. Oh, well, good. Maybe he's got another board that he uses it with. Modified blacklist.comp from Home Assistant console, but it doesn't persist across reboots. Ooh. I don't know. I'm not sure about that, D-Dub, but Frank is around. Maybe he knows. He was around. Okay, you still need the ESP side to calculate and do all the rest. So probably Thanasis, probably what Bruno has is that part of it. That would make sense. Bring, bring. Captain Parkinson's. Let's do the choo-choo train for you, amigo. Thank you. Thank you for following on Twitch. All right, Martin. Have you ever had, when you turn on a light, all the WS-20 LEDs flash? I got that on my WS-2011 connected to a 500 watt power supply. So you turn on a different light and all of them flash, or you've got them all hooked up to one 500 watt power supply and when you turn one of them on, they all flash? I wonder if there's something in your power supply. Another thing you might be able to do, Bjorn, to stop that is I don't know what you're controlling them with. You're probably controlling them with an Uno or a quad anyways, right? Because I was going to say maybe a capacitor across plus minus would help you there. But there already is one with the Dig Uno or Dig Quad, so. No, I still didn't fix the open weather map. What's the fix for that? Ricardo? Tell me what the fix is. Because I haven't even looked it up. I just have not been playing with it. You do have a capacitor already? Yeah. It does sound like a power issue. I agree with Sir Goodenough on that one for sure. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Sir Goodenough says use MET instead. I do have MET installed, I think. I just haven't used it as a sensor yet. Is this it? MET no? Yeah. I just haven't really played with it. Forecast. Anywho. Bedtime. Good night, Peter. Merry Christmas. Yeah, I won't be streaming tomorrow. With some luck, I'll be at home and get to do some things with the kid. You're using Dark Sky? I was using Dark Sky until, Dark Sky, Apple. Oh, let's peruse las preguntas. Los preguntos? No. Las preguntas? Yeah. Questions. Songor, how you been, man? Songor Varga, if you guys haven't seen Songor's videos, have you been doing videos still, Songor? I think you have. I like how you do them. He does a real nice, just good reviews of little gadgets. If you want to see like a review of the latest Sonoff thing or something, Songor's your man. So go check him out. Oh boy, there's a lot of questions here still. Okay. Can Nabukasa connect to Aleka also do actionable questions? No. I'm trying to remember. I don't think there was a connection between Nabukasa and the actionable notification thing on Amazon Echo. You'd have to just... Mine still work. So whatever might have changed in the Aleka Media Player or with that whole process of setting up those actionable notifications with Aleka, I'm sure things have changed because it's been like 9 months since I did that, but mine still work. So the process should still be fairly similar to what I showed back then on that video. So that's the best I can tell you about that. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure you don't need Nabukasa. And I also don't think that Nabukasa necessarily fixes that or makes that possible for you. Sorry. What am I currently running Home Assistant on? Razor says. I'm still running it. I'm still running it on my Nook, but that is, I'm transitioning slowly. But I have the blue, the Home Assistant blue. Why not stream 1080? Am I not streaming 1080 today? I was every other day, and I didn't change anything, so who knows? If it's not 1080 right now, I couldn't tell you why. All right. Do you need to run 22 wired each? Oh, we read that one. Want to lock doors with electromagnets and connect them to Home Assistant. Maybe you have an idea to lock doors. Yeah, man, I did that, Thieska, a while back. I did that a long time ago. And I still have 2 of them installed in the house. The problem with them is if you leave, they use power if you leave them locked for a long time. The ones that I have that are the, which I think are probably the ones you're going to want, is the fail safe. So they open if the power goes out. But it's an old one. It's an old one. Search the videos. This one right here. DIY door locks. Wow, 226,000 views. I had no idea. I should update that. I'll give you the link. This was the good old floating head days. Ah, the good old floating head days. But yeah, this was just those magnetic locks. Still have it here. Put the magnetic lock up there. And back then I think I just used Tasmota. Yeah. Tasmota and a Sonoff SV, I think it was. Cringing at my old videos? A little bit. I felt a lot younger back then. Man. Yeah. Not safe against thieves, but a good security measure, yeah. Photochromax. I think I mentioned it in that video, or I mentioned it in some other, maybe it was a live stream or something after that, I can't remember. But basically, if you, like those locks, if you were to if you look up the rankings of like padlocks, they have like foot-pound pressure ratings or whatever. And in order to be like the best or whatever, you have to be like 70 or something, if I'm remembering the numbers right. And those locks were like 86 foot-pounds or something. And you can get bigger ones that are stronger. But yeah, still, I wouldn't. I use them for inside locks more than outside locks, because all you need to do is cut power, and those would open. But they're good for just like locking the bedroom door, locking the bathroom door, stuff like that. +1 on the floating head. How do you find the connected boards? You mean where do you buy them? I'm moving away from my connected boards, not because connected was bad. Oh, wow, they really simplified it. Not because connected was bad, because it's worked well. Man, yeah, I've got an old version. Oh, golly, these don't look anything like mine anymore. Anyways, that's where it is. It's just connected.io. You can type it in. But I'm going wired on my alarm system. And I've got that part of it. I've got an Arduino Mega that's actually working. I just need to actually do the wiring part of it. My setup is dead. Uh-oh, Shane. Uh-oh, Theo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. How many 2812s can you power off an ESP 5-volt pin using a standard phone charger to power it? Panda Boy asks. Gosh. So what I've seen other people say is no more than 1 amp worth. So I guess if you're going to do a whole amp worth, you could do, I mean, if you did it for easy math, 0.05. So what is that, like 20 or something like that? There is a dark theme, Jean Sebastian. There is a dark theme. If you go here, and I think is it dashboard? somewhere in here. I can't remember. But you can add new themes. We did that on the stream a few days back. Decon's killed your home system setup. Oh man. Okay. Can he run it on a wall? So I would say, but for me personally, as far as how many LEDs can you run off of the 5-volt pin on an ESP, man, I probably wouldn't do more than, I would feel pretty scared running 20 LEDs off of it. So 20 LEDs would scare me a little. And I would be much happier with like 10 or less. That 5-volt pin is really not made to carry a lot of current. So if you get a lot of LEDs on there and you start cranking it up, your ESP chip is going to get pretty hot, and you could just damage it. So, and then somebody just asked about, you got your Pixel Pro today. Thanks. You're welcome. I'm glad you got it. I hope you like it. Can you run it on its own from a wall wart? Yes. Can I find it on the network? Yes. WLED access point. It should show up the WLED access point, and then connect to that, put in your Wi-Fi information and stuff, and then you should be able to find it on the WLED app after that. And then as far as can you run it from a wall wart? Yes. And the way we made that, if you go to the website, go to my website, there's a little video about how you wire it up. I didn't make a big deal about it because I knew it wasn't the final version. But if you go to the website and you go to shop, when I say go to the website, go to my DrZzs.com and then the shop, and you go here, there's a little video here that talks about how you wire it and stuff. It's pretty simple. I mean, basically you put power going in and power going out on one terminal, ground going in and ground going out on one terminal, and then data going out on the middle terminal. So when you connect, if you connect it to a wall wart, you just have to cut the wires and, get your plus minus in there, and then you can wire out from that to your LEDs. Okay. Damien, once I had 300 LEDs running out of it. It's really dim. Yeah, I'll bet. So, if you use WLED, with the default setting of a maximum of 0.8 amps, you're probably okay. And that's how some of there was these turkeys, these guys, these kids who were selling this biggest piece of garbage. I can't believe they were doing it. I wrote them an email saying, you guys are kind of scummy. They were selling, they're selling it like the most awesome LED kit, ever. And basically it was it was running WLED, which they gave no credit anywhere on their website that I could find to Christian for his work, for Air Cookie, for his work with WLED. Thank you. Thank you, Sir Charles. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So these turkeys were selling basically like a Node MCU or something like that. And they had rewired a plug a little bit so you could just plug it into the LED strip. And then they were selling like a $12 LED strip. So a $12 LED strip and a $3 or $4 D1 Mini or Node MCU, and they were selling them for like $50. And because they were like teenagers and they got on TikTok or whatever stupid thing, they had like millions of people, and a bunch of people bought this thing, and it was total garbage because they're powering this whole 150 LED strip from the 5-volt pin on the Node MCU, and it is not going to work. They did promote Air Cookie on their TikTok. Okay, well that's at least decent of them. Like when I couldn't find anything on their website about it, and I was not happy with it. Viral LEDs, yeah, I didn't think they were very cool at all. So I'm glad that they promoted Air Cookie on there. I just still felt like they were just not doing business in a good way. I didn't think so. But anyways, enough about that. Enough giving them any kind of publicity. I didn't think what they did was very cool. Finally caught a live broadcast, Michael Henderson. Yay! Ba-na-na, bum, 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 bum. Do I have to do anything to connect X lights to 6812 RGBWs? Cannot find where to state that it's WS or that it's the 6812s. I do not know, Worm. I do not know, but ask the Pixel Heads. They'll probably know. Oh, Rob, thank you very much, amigo. Love the channel and the videos. Have managed to kickstart my Home Assistant with Raspberry Pi. How did you do the music buttons? Oh yeah, sure. I'll show you how to do the music buttons real quick after I rub my nose. Yeah, so we can show you the music buttons real quick. So basically the music buttons, to do the music buttons, you have to have you have to have a media player. And for me, most of the time that means Alexa media player. But not always. You can use Google Home. Google Home or the Google Nest, whatever they call them now, they're Google smart speakers. They integrate into Home Assistant like instantly. Like you don't have to even do anything. They just, if they're on your network, they will appear as part of Home Assistant and you can use them as a media player. So that's really nice. What I did is use the Alexa media player, which we set up some number of streams ago in the last few streams. We went through the setup. You basically have to install the Home Assistant Community Store, and then from the Community Store, you install the Alexa Media Player, and then you link it to your Amazon account, and you're golden. Now, that doesn't mean that you can tell Alexa to turn off the lights. That just means that you can use her or those speakers as a media player. And that means that you can make these kinds of buttons. So basically, it's a custom button card. And when you tap it, you're calling a service. And the service is Media Player Play Media, which, by the way, is the same service that you would use if you were using Google Home. And then for the service data, you identify which media player it is. For me, this is an Echo Show 5. And this is basically what you would say. So if I say, Alexa, play Hairbands Radio on Pandora, that's what I do. Now, this has changed and it's gotten a lot easier. You can right here just put in custom. And then if you put custom here, then up here where it says media content, you can say play Hairbands Radio on Pandora. And that's what you need to do. You don't have to specify the content type. Like I've got one for Pandora. Most of them are probably Pandora, but I do have some that are also for Spotify. So here, this one's for Spotify. Shuffle songs by Michael Jackson on Spotify, right? So that's how I do those. But basically, it's a button card, and the action is a call service, and the service is Media Player Play Media. And then you need to identify the media player device, the actual Echo device, or the Google Home device, as it shows up in Home Assistant. And then you need a media ID, content ID, and the content ID type. And that's it. And then when I press those buttons, it plays. It's awesome. The missus uses them downstairs a lot. Ooh, except I need to update hers. I got her a new Echo Show, a big Echo Show down there now instead of the old Echo Show she had. So I need to update her buttons. Because right now, if she presses those buttons, it'll play on the old Echo Show, which we put down in the basement. Razor says, how powerful is my Nook? It's an i3, but save your pennies. Unless you have some reason why, or you have some easy access to a Nook, the evolution of Home Assistant hardware continues to evolve. And based on the Home Assistant conference from a couple weekends ago, the new latest and greatest thing in Home Assistant running hardware is the Odroid N2 Plus. Do you need Nabu-Casa for Alexa? Not to do that, Mikkel, not to do that, not to do the media player part. You do need it if you want to ask her to turn on the lights. So if you want your Home Assistant entities to be recognized by her, then you either need Nabu-Casa or you need to create your own app. And I have an old video about the process for that. But I would highly recommend Nabu-Casa because that's not all you get from Nabu-Casa. You actually also get, even for the Google Home side of it, it also integrates with Google Home then, but you get a really cool text-to-speech function that you don't get you can get it another way too if you go in and make your own app. So basically what you can do is you pay Home Assistant $5 a month for those things, or you can make your own apps with those services that's connected directly to your instance of Home Assistant, which is a decent way to do it too. And it's certainly, if you don't have or can't spend or don't want to spend the $5, then great. And you also get webhooks when you do Nabu-Casa. So that's really cool. You can make basically an endpoint that somebody can ping and from outside anywhere, and it can affect something in your house. So having webhooks is cool. It's kind of an if this then that feature sort of thing from anywhere. Oh, Tanvir, thank you, sir. Love the content and vids. Thank you. You're welcome. Just wondering if there's any video demonstration with the quad for wiring and injecting. Yes, I did a video about injecting, about the wiring the quad. 20 meters. I mean, there's nothing more specific about injecting the 20 meters. Actually, did I put the video? Did I link the video here? No, this is the first video. So if you go to the channel, if you go to here and the videos, then there is a video in here about wiring the quad. Wiring the quad. So I had a lot of people asking about this, so I went through this and tried to be pretty thorough, and there is some information in there about wiring. I think if you put that in combination with this one, your first LED project video, put those two together, and that should give you the information that you're looking for. Okay? Bum, 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 bum. Sold out on hard kernel. Man. Thank you, Bjorn, for helping out there, too. And I thought, did I miss another tip up there? Oh, Rob. Okay. Love the channel. Kickstart a home with a Raspberry Pi. How do you do music buttons? Okay, that's what I answered. Okay, great. Great. Whew. It's getting close to 2 hours. I'm starting to feel, you know what I'm feeling like? I feel like I've been talking nonstop for an hour and a half, which is true. I have been. Hey, Nicholas, welcome to the stream, buddy. Welcome to the stream. We'll play the unicorns for you. And he says, I know I'm going out of order here. I'll go back to the Ask channel in a second, but he's asking about some specific LED strings from Blitzwolf. Are Blitzwolf LT31 worth anything as an LED strip? My guess is no. Nicholas, my guess is no. Where those kinds of companies get you is they make a controller, right? They'll try and sell a controller, and the controller is genuinely going to be kind of garbage. I wouldn't expect their controller to be worth a beans. So this looks like it is an RGB. Let me see if we can get any close-up of it. Yeah, so this is definitely... Oh, okay. So just looking at this, these are WS2811s, which means they will be 3 LEDs per color. So yes, they're not individually addressable. These are the ones that I would call tri-dressable. So these are tri-dressable, meaning 3 LEDs in a row can do the same color. Basically, the way I know that, there's 2 things that tip me off to that. The first thing was that it says 12 volts on there. So because it says 12 volts, I know that these are not WS2812s, which is kind of a misnomer, I guess, if you think about it as voltage, but it's not voltage. WS2812s are the really common, really good, really cheap strips of LEDs. And they are individually addressable. Each one of them is addressable. They are definitely the ones I think everybody should get, especially if you're just getting started. There's reasons to get maybe the 13s or 15s, but 12s, WS2812s are bread and butter when it comes to strips of LEDs, colored LEDs. This says 12 volts, so I know right away that this is the WS2811s. They're the only ones that were, well, I guess it could have been a 13. But the other thing that makes me know that it's 2811s is that there is one of those black chips and then 3 LEDs and then another black chip. And I know that because right here there's a black chip and then 1, 2, 3 LEDs. And then right behind that arrow right there is going to be another LED like this. And they're numbered. It's numbered L1, L2, and L3. So so you got one controller, one little brain that's controlling 3 LEDs. But it's not giving them each a different signal. It's giving all 3 of them the same signal. So all 3 of them will be the same color at the same time. The next 3 can be a different color, but those 3 will be the same color. So basically, if you went to just like Banggood or AliExpress and you looked for a strip, and these are also, I can tell they're not very close together. So these are probably the 30 LEDs per meter. So not very dense. So a strip of these shouldn't cost you more than, definitely shouldn't cost you more than $12 on AliExpress. I don't know what they're selling these for. Let's see what they're selling this for with the controller. $21. Yeah, $21 with the controller. So let's just look up, if we just go WS2811 LED strips, they should be pretty dang cheap. If you just get the strip. Now, I don't want all the controller stuff. Yeah, here you go. So this, and here's even some for $8. So if we zoom in on this, if it'll let us, which it won't, but if you zoom in on this, it's going to look basically the same. This is the same LED strip for $8, and then they included their controller. So you'd be much happier. I think you'd be happier with WS2812s, just a regular strip of WS2812s, and then if you can, a Digiuno or at least a Node MCU and WLED. That's my opinion. If somebody's going to give you those, somebody's going to be like, oh, here you go. Yeah, take them. But otherwise, there's better options. WS2812 is way better options than the way better option in general than the 2811s. But if you need to save some bucks, 2811s, I mean, these are good. It's not like they're bad. I just think that they're probably not what you want if you really want individually address them. That was a long answer, but hopefully it was useful, right? That was a good question, good answer. That was fun. We did a little detective work. Okay. Have I got any plans on doing updated video on Hyperion NG? I tried looking at it, but didn't think it works on a Pi now since they dropped 32-bit support. Any assistance would be great. Oh man, I would be shocked if it didn't run on a Pi anymore. John, I would be shocked if it didn't run on a Pi anymore. And yes, to answer your question, I do definitely have plans to do another video about Hyperion. And the reason is because I learned after I did my video about Hyperion, I learned about this, which is Hyperbian, which is basically a version of the Raspberry Pi operating system, which used to be Raspbian, but now it's the Raspberry Pi operating system. And it has Hyperion installed and set up, basically. So what you do is you go to this page, you get this, and then I wonder if there are different, I wonder if this is for different versions. I don't see where it would be for different versions. So maybe there's only one version. If there's only one version, my guess is it's not going to run on the 4, but it would run on the, I don't know if it would run on the 3 or the 0. Not sure. I'm not sure. But anyways, this is why. And when I do a new video about it, I will do it using this instead. Okay. And there was somebody that, his name has some C's in it. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it was, but there was a guy that was messaging me on Discord earlier that was here in the chat that said, thanks for helping him with this. This is basically what I did for him. He was having trouble getting Hyperion to work. And so I just told him about Hyperbian, and that's what he used. And now he said after 3 or 4 hours of tinkering around with it the way I did it, he went to this and got it working in like 15 minutes. So you run it on the Raspberry Pi Zero W. Cool, Ronald. Okay, great. So we know it runs on the Raspberry Pi Zero W. So there you go. I guess does the zero and the 3 have the same chip, but the 4 is a different chip? I can't remember my stuff now. Using Hyperbian on Pi Zero W. Great. That's good news. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome, John. Glad to help you. See, now I don't even need to do the video. You can do this and you'll be on your way. You know what I'm going to do though? What I am going to do when I do it, it's going to be using a camera facing the screen to get the input instead of an HDMI cable, or instead of capturing the image that's coming out of the display on the Pi, it's going to be using a camera. So I've been sitting on an email from Guys. Guys is in the chat a lot. I don't see him today. He's probably asleep because he's in Eastern or Europe over there. I don't know about Eastern Europe versus Western Europe, whatever. So he's probably in bed. But he sent me an email with a tutorial on how to do it with a camera. And so that's been on my to-do list. So that's what I'll do at some point. Oh, man, it's melting my eyeballs. That's better. Oh. It's time for some. Hyperbian Norman's been having trouble on a Pi 1. Wow. I'm shocked it runs on a Pi 1. But hey, that's great. Is it safe? Is what safe? Hyperbian? Super safe. I would trust it with as much as I'd trust anything. Shark Tamer, you'd definitely love to see that video. Look for it first quarter of 21. I got to get through LED season here, which actually, as far as LED season isn't ending, but a lot of the big push for all these LED stuff and the controllers and all this stuff that's been going on is starting to transition into what's coming next, which, my channel has been sort of seasonal, and typically what follows LED season is Home Assistant season. So usually the last couple of years it's been CES, which has been really cool and fun, but now we don't get to go to CES. There probably some sort of a virtual version this year online somehow, but the lights are about a second behind the video. Norman. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen people have troubles with that. I don't know what to do to fix that. Guys is Dutch. Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, I don't know exactly what to do to fix that. I would, I think it's got to probably be the processing of the Pi, but I do not know for sure. I would go, there is a Hyperion channel in our Discord server, and I know TP Modding is a good dude in there that knows stuff. There's others, but he's one that I ask questions when I have him. He knows a lot of stuff. And that's right, Valentine's Day is still LED season. Well, it's not totally going to go away, because my current order for Dig Unos and quads is 1,000 Unos and 500 quads. And I have over 1,000 people waiting in the queue to get a notification when I have them in stock again. So as soon as I get those in stock, it's going to be gangbusters again, and then we're going to be sold out. Are you genuinely sponsored by Dr. Pepper? No, I'm not. I wish I was. I would do it. I would just do it for free Dr. Pepper. In fact, if they would just give me a dispenser, the thing like you go to the 7-Eleven or the convenience store, and you put the soda in and it mixes the stuff right there for you. It mixes it with the CO2 and the syrup and the water, and it puts it right in. If I could have one of those, that I would support Dr. Pepper forever for the rest of my life. And that's all I would ask them for. You don't have to give me anything else. Just give me one of those. Pi 3 fixed it. Can I send a link for what, Norman? Did you need a link for Hyperbian? Or I don't remember what the question was. I'm sorry. Oh, a link to Discord. Yes. Just do !D. Sir Goodenough's probably stepped away for a minute. All that pop can't be good for you. No, I'm sure it's not great. I don't drink. I mean, you guys see me drink it a lot, but I don't think I drink that much. I don't know. Dr. Pepper should sponsor me. They totally should. Soda dispenser. Oh, yeah. Oh, Ryan, what have you done? What have you done? It's too late for Mrs. Z's to get this for me for Christmas. I've looked at them before. Oh, it can't be opened. Maybe it's because of all this other stuff in the end. Soda dispenser. Depot. Oh, my goodness. Yes! That's what I need. That's what I need. Woo! $1,400. Good gravy. But to be honest, it probably wouldn't take that long for me to save that much money buying 2-liter bottles. Thank you, Need Raid. Thank you. Did you share the Discord channel? Appreciate that, amigo. Let's Automate It is right. You do it if Heineken would do it for you, JP. Okay. Just no. Fill a keg with it. Same. Just haven't invested in it yet. I gotta show this to. I mean, I gotta look around. We gotta find the right ones. I don't see. Here's another thing: is I don't necessarily need a brand new one. What I need is for somebody who has like a restaurant that went out of business. Whoa, hey, thank you, Richard. Contributing to the Dr. Pepper Dispenser Fund. Oh man, appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for your comments and just hanging out, man. Appreciate it. Theo, the Monster Energies, the white ones. Actually, you know what? That's my late night call drink. Like if I haven't slept more than a few hours and I have to do something important, that's the one I go to as well. And it does make me feel good. It makes me feel good for a few hours for sure. So like if I know I'm going in for a case and I'm dragging butt just on the way into work even, I'll stop and grab a couple of those. I don't ever drink more than one a day of those, but they only sell them in pairs, it seems like. I should automate a Dr. Pepper dispenser that when I like it to serve you a beverage. You bet I should. Have you tried BTF strips with their own chips? So with their own controllers? I have not, but Photochromax, BTF is going to be more involved. I'm working on a partnership with them a little bit. Nothing major, but I think that they make good. Oh, thank you, Jean Sebastian Roll. That's a cool, very cool name. Is it French? Must be French. Oh, you're in Canada. Awesome. Well, thank you. More for the dispenser. Thank you. I'm going to get a new air compressor and a dispenser from all you guys today. Dude is more carbonated than Frankie from One Piece. DrZzs should be able to shoot RGB from his eyes by now. I should be. The leftover of all the sodas combined? It might be. It may be, JP, but man, it's good. It's good. Have I looked at Nerd Forge YouTube channel? They make their own soda dispenser. No. Although maybe I have. I don't know. Post me a link there, Brendan, because maybe I have. Is it really? Yes, from Montreal. Awesome. I figured you were French Canadian. That's awesome. I wonder, Robert, where are you from up there? Or Richard? You're not from that part, are you? Oh, hey, Air Cookie's here. How's it going? Welcome, amigo. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Wrong exit port. Uh-oh. No, not the controller. They made a clone of a WS28XX with the same protocol. Really? I didn't know that, Photochromax. I guess I didn't know that they had gotten into that, but that's very cool. Yeah. So BTF is one of the companies. I was going to go visit their factory last year before Corona canceled my trip to China. And then, there's just been so many other things going on that until just the last month or so, I haven't really reconnected with them. But once I basically started bringing in batches of those Pixie lights, the fairy Pixie lights, the Pixie RGB ones. I wonder if that's not their chip. I started communicating with them again because I want to bring more of those in, and then Quindor and I have talked about, like when we tell somebody, hey, go buy these LEDs, and you go to Amazon, you go to AliExpress, and you buy them, we get a few cents. But if we stock them, like especially for me, it's an advantage because I can bring them to the US in big batches, cheaper, and then sell them cheaper than Amazon and get them to you in 2 days or 3 days. So, we're going to probably get into the LED reselling business as well. And BTF has been a pretty reliable source. They're not the cheapest. And that's good probably. They're good and dependable, I feel like. So, if I was going to, at least to start out with, that's what I'm thinking I will do is use them as sort of the primary LED supplier. All right, let's check this out. Yes, this is what we need. We need a 1960s. Oh, that's crazy. It's better with Coke. That's awesome. Things go better with Coke. But basically, yeah, you just need to search eBay for fountain dispensers. That's awesome. BTF is flawless for you. Good. There's a lot of bad strips out there. Yeah, I think there are, Thiesk. I agree. I've been fairly fortunate, and I don't feel like I've gotten a lot of cruddy ones. Oh, yeah, I have seen that one, Brendan. I did watch that one. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I've been fortunate and not gotten a lot of bad strips, but I know some people have. Yeah, so. Yeah, BTF is good. They don't sell junk. Yeah, good. So I figure if I'm going to partner with an LED manufacturer, I'm going to make it them. At least, to get going, and then who knows where things start to happen. I need a Dr. Pepper perfusion machine. Nice. Just pump it right into my heart. I don't want it to bypass. Somebody said that earlier. Somebody said that about, an IV. Basically, they said, we need to get DrZzs an IV, Dr. Pepper IV set up. And I don't want it to bypass my mouth. I like the taste. Brendan, you only buy from BTF. That's good. And then, Sir Goodenough was saying, what about RGB Man? RGB Man, so he's not into selling strips or other things. He sells pickles. And that's his like main business that he does. And him and I are working together on Permatrack. Mostly because he's done a really good job with his distribution, basically, or more than I had a year ago when we started working on it, for sure. But you know, if it doesn't benefit me, and not everything needs to benefit me, right? His LEDs are really good. They're a bit more expensive, and he only does pixels, really. And I think he's doing some matrices and stuff, but he doesn't really do strips or anything else. So the ones that I'm going to do would be the non, you know, I would try not to compete with RGB Man, you know. But what's BTF? BTF is a LED manufacturer. BTF lighting. They actually sell on Amazon, but then of course they sell on AliExpress and Banggood and stuff like that. I've been talking to them through Alibaba to get big batches, but basically they're a pretty solid LED manufacturer in China. Do you have someone in Europe that will also resells? Mikhail, for LEDs, Quindor and I have talked about it. So I don't know what his ultimate plan is with that. He's been up to his neck in controllers, but I know that he wants to as well. I mean, we've talked about the same kind of thing. Like, it's great for us to, it's easy for us to get, little kickbacks or whatever when you recommend an Amazon product, right? You say, oh, go to Amazon and get these LEDs. But then like last March, right as coronavirus was hitting, Amazon came out and cut in half all the commissions. So everything that, you know, we earn or whatever you want to call it from Amazon links last March was cut in half. Just unilaterally, Amazon just came out and said, yeah, we're giving too much commission to all these affiliates. We're going to cut your percentage in half. So if you were getting 6% for a strip of LEDs, now you're getting 3%. And for a lot of things, we were only getting 3%. So now we're getting 1.5%. So if we can, you know, it's to me, and for some specific things, now I'm not going to turn into an Amazon warehouse here in my house, but for some specific things, it's probably worthwhile to import big boxes of them and package them up and ship them out ourselves. We can get them at a better price than Amazon and get them in a reasonable amount of time and make a better commission on them. Plus, I get to put my kids to work. And that has been by far, hands down, all money aside, the best part of selling these Dig Unos and Dig Quads and all this stuff has been getting all the kids and my wife together up here in the office and doing it all ourselves. It's been wonderful. It has just been a really fun thing, and everybody has gotten to be a part of it and has their little jobs, and we have fun, and we, you know, just that kind of spending that kind of time doing those sorts of activities together is lost in our society for the most part, right? I mean, when people used to farm, or when your family business was whatever, making shoes or blacksmithing or whatever, then yeah, you know, your kids helped out and that was just the way it was. But it's not that way so much anymore. But now, at least for us, we've found a way to make that happen. It's really cool. So thank you again for everybody who's bought stuff from us, because it's been good for us. Corporate greed. Yeah, I do have a sweatshop. Yeah, my 7-year-old is in here, man. She's cranking out the Dig Unos. She packs them up and gets them out. Also upload a video on Amazon from the lights I already have. Oh, JP, you did? Static 42 frames per second. I'm glad. Thank you for answering questions, Eric Cookie. Need to start ordering stuff from DrZzs instead of AliExpress. You know what? If there's stuff you want, let me know. I go through what I've gone through is I looked at what are my top sellers, and those are going to be the first things that we'll start to do to bring in. And it's really been controllers, right? It's the biggest thing that I sold on Amazon still is Node MCUs. That is like my number one clicked link is a pack of like 3 or 5 Node MCU ESP8266 controllers. It just turned out that Quindor, came along with this and the DrZzs thing worked out and all that stuff. But basically the number one seller was controllers. So, hey, DrZzs Express. That's right. What's the max length of WS2812 strips that can be powered on the DrZz quad? Oh my gosh. The maximum length? Well, Robert, you can power, with the DrZz quad, I bet you could get to 1500. The trick is you're going to run into power injection. You're going to need to eventually get power injection. So when you say the maximum length, you're going to have to know what your LED density is. Excuse my Dr. Pepper saying hi. You need to know your LED density because you need to know how many LEDs you have, and that will determine how much power you're going to need and basically how often you're going to need to inject. With WS2812s, you're probably going to need to inject power, depending on how bright you want them to get. I don't know, 200 LEDs, 150 maybe if you get really bright. Maybe you could probably get to 300, and then, if you don't make them too bright. So, that's how many LEDs, 300 LEDs. So that might be 10 meters. It might be 5 meters. Depends on how dense your LED strips are. But as far as the number that you can control, there's still a sort of the limit in this is 1500 on WLED, but with an 8266, I know that Quindor and some of them have said, maybe Air Cookie would say the same. You start to see a change in your frame rate and stuff once you get to about 1200 LEDs, but that's on an 8266 chip. So that's like a regular D1 Mini. The quad has an ESP32, which shouldn't have a problem. Shouldn't have a problem with getting the 1200 LEDs, their commands. So yeah, there is. That's right, Sir Goodenough. You're talking about Quindor's ridiculous LED strip that has 300 LEDs in 1 meter. That's like, what is that? 20 amps you need for a 1 meter LED strip? It's probably more than that, 60 amps. I don't know. If you're just creating some strips for home indoor lighting, you don't need to get too complicated with power injection and stuff, right? Yeah, for the most part, Shark, yes. And again, power injection is always going to be a factor of how many or how bright you want them to be. So I have in my girls' room, my girls have LEDs all the way around the room. And I think it ended up being like 3.5 strips. So 5 meter strips at 150 LEDs per. Actually, I could probably look up their controller and tell you how many LEDs are on it. Unless they unplugged it. Nope, it's plugged in. So we go to LED preferences. So 557. Okay, so they have 557 LEDs around their room. And that is, 3.5, right? Because 600 would be 4. Yeah, so 600. So almost 4 strips. So almost 4 5-meter strips of LEDs, because that would be 600 LEDs. And the only thing I did for power injection was because it starts in one point and it wraps all the way around the room and goes back to that point, I injected power at the end of the LED strip as well. So it's got power going out one end and then power going to the tail basically as well, the start and the tail. And that's all I did for power injection. But because there are so many LEDs, that's a lot of LEDs. If you turn the brightness up, if you go back to the brightness and you look at where their brightness is typically. So if I go to dark blue, which is there, look how low the brightness is, right? It doesn't need to be very bright for it to be bright when you have that many LEDs, So, anyways, I don't remember what the question was now. I'm losing my mind. It's getting to be has it been 2 hours? It's been 3. I'm having a great time. I could do this all night. And actually, once we get to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, we'll do it for 20. We'll do it for 12. I can do it for 24, but we'll do it for 12. We're at 85. I think I've gone up like 10,000 in the past month. Keeps the current down. Yeah. Is that a good explanation? Good. Shark Tamer, I'm glad. With the example. Good. Where do you get the fairy light pixels? You know what? Those, Ryan, are the first thing that I decided to import from BTF. So I have probably on a plane, it should get here. They said 4 or 5 days or 5 to 7 days, I think. So, Quindor did a video about those LED strips last Christmas, those pixie lights, the basically RGB fairy lights. I think I call them pixie lights on the website. And, so I was like, oh, those are awesome. So I bought a bunch. I bought like 10 for myself. Used a bunch of them. They're really cool. I like them. They're a little fragile, but they're not too bad. You can't really abuse them or they probably will start to come apart. But, you know, if you just put them on something and leave them there, they should be pretty good. And they're semi-waterproof. They're actually IP65, so you can splash them with water. I don't know what they would do in the sun. I should probably try them. Anyways, I bought a bunch of them. Now I bought 100 of them from BTF Lighting, and they're on their way to me. So you can get them from BTF Lighting from like AliExpress. And I think without the controller, because they have, watch out, because they have options with controllers and battery packs and stuff. But I think they're like $8 or $9. And then, so I'm buying a bunch of them and I'm just going to sell them for $12 a piece on the website. And I actually did that. I did it as an experiment a couple weekends ago. I didn't really say anything, but I just put it on the website, and I sold 25 pair of them or 25 strings of them in like the weekend, I guess. So it's pretty good. So, and I think they're very unique. Nobody else makes them except BTF Lighting. And I didn't see them on Amazon. Couldn't find them on Amazon. They might be there now, but I couldn't find them there. So 3 15-amp circuits for outdoor lighting, but I'm nutty that way. You have them in your Christmas tree, Thiesk? I love them. That's where they are for us too. Christmas tree as well. Bill recipient. Anybody send this? Ooh. Yeah, when I get to 100,000 subs, we'll do a 12-hour stream and probably do a house tour. I do need to do another house tour. Fairy lights wrapped around the Christmas wreath, running Node MCU and portable battery pack. That's awesome. Yeah, those are really low power too. I don't know. I think Quindor did some testing on how much power, but they claim to be quite a bit less, almost like a third of the power of a regular WS2812. So, you know, you could actually run them on a battery pack for several hours, which is really nice. The BTF controller can't set LED count in the app. Yeah. Usually those controllers aren't going to be too great. So that's why you got to go WLED. Uh-oh. Somebody messaged me. The only light status I see is the blue. Uh-oh. 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 All right. I totally have abandoned the question and answer thing over there now. I've just been going by whatever question comes up next. But we're getting close to the end of the 12 streams of 13 streams of Christmas. RGB icicle lights? I haven't seen those, Dwayne. But maybe I'll talk to BTF. We'll see if we can make some. Yes, Bling, we are going to stock more Dig Quads, and they are in production. I hopefully will get them in about, I'm saying 3 weeks. Maybe less, but I'm saying 3 weeks. I know they're in production, so it'll take a while. Yo, it's Burr going live again. Need to set my alarm clock for your streams. Oh, set up a hey Knocker, set up a Twitch. Oh, sorry, it's so late. Set up a Twitch notification. Company just gave us all $40 Amazon vouchers. Awesome. Just looking for LED stuff. Nice. A Helix treetop. Oh, that's cool. Okay, well, let's start winding up. How we doing on Twitch? We should do a raid. Don't you think we should do a raid on Twitch? Let's go find somebody to raid on Twitch. See if any of our favorites are on. I don't know who For David Blue is, but it looks like he's doing Cyberpunk, so that's not... doesn't look like any of our regulars are live, but let's see who else we got here. Python, Minecraft, modding and bending, Casio SK. What's this guy doing? Japanese woodblock prints? Find somebody for me, guys. What's a raid, Thiesk says. So a raid is something that happens that you can do in Twitch. You can't really do in YouTube, unfortunately. But what I can do is I can put a command in my chat and take right now, according to this, there's 46 people watching on Twitch. And I can type a command in the chat here, since it's my channel, and I can send everybody. It basically dumps everybody into that other person's channel, so they can start watching them. Okay, let's check out this one. Marbles on stream. Whoa. Is he just gaming? Oh my gosh, I can't even tell what's going on. That's pretty psychedelic. Twitch Sports. Last time I was on, we raided the DrZzs channel by mistake. Oh, Ryan, were you on when we raided the wrong channel? Old Dutch guy playing a marble game. Nice. He brings lots of people together. We could raid him. I'd be happy to. He looks like a cool dude. I love it. You know what it reminds me of? Just seeing all those colors and his beard and everything. I'm just thinking Grateful Dead. I'm getting Grateful Dead vibes big time. Gandalf Gaming. Amen. He should change it to Gandalf Gaming. I hope that doesn't I don't want to sound like I'm picking on him. I think it looks really cool. He's got blue hair too. If I had a beard like that and hair like that, I'd be all kinds of colors. What else do you guys think? I don't know how much does he pay attention to chat?
Yeah, of course. No problem.
Yeah, he does. Okay, good. Look at this crazy. What is going on up here? He just streams on Twitch, plays marble games, and talks to people, huh? This is Ryan's partner. He loves watching videos. Oh, cool. So Ryan, was that the channel we raided by mistake? Wait, what happened? Tell me what's going on here, Ryan Mahoney. Tell me what's going on. Thiesk, thank you very much. Thank you. What LED plans do I have for the Hobbit house? Did I show you guys the pictures of the Hobbit house? I don't think I did. Let me show you. Secret plans. I'm going to go into my secret plans folder and go to Aidendale and show you the most recent images of the Hobbit hole. Where is it? What did I do? Move them? Oh, I think I moved them. Nope. Yeah, dang it. I must have moved them. Yep, here it is. Okay. So these are the latest pictures of the Hobbit hole. I probably did show you guys. But anyways, for anybody who hasn't seen them. So this is the rendering, right? And so it's not going to look exactly like this because it's not going to be modern. This is all going to be Hobbity, right? All this stuff's going to be Hobbity. And so we're going to have round door. We're going to have little round windows. I mean, it's going to look like, oh, come on. It's going to look like this, you know? So when you talk about what my LED plans are, I will put some LEDs up here, I'm sure. You know, I'll put some LEDs in little things like this and put LEDs around the window so it looks like it's glowing from the inside and stuff. So you can do sunrise stuff on the outside and everything. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to do Christmas lights on it and all that stuff. But anyways, this is one side of it. And this is the other side. This is the back side. So back door here. And then these are just windows, but window wells for the basement. And then floor plan. This is the upstairs floor plan. So this is the front door. kind of greeting, sitting area, living room, kitchen area, stairs down, bathroom here, closet, like a foot closet or whatever, shoe closet stuff, master bedroom, master bath. And then the basement. This is the basement. The basement has, you come down the stairs, kind of a game room, playroom, a couple big sleeping rooms. The way they've got a bathroom here, I think we'll put bathroom here, but anyways, TV room over here, laundry room, mechanical room. So that's it. And then just windows, a couple windows out for the basement. So it's real simple, but it should be super cool. Like we're going to try and do it right. We want it to be a cool place that people will want to go and spend a weekend or 3 or 4 days and kind of get into a different place. Kind of fun fantasy Middle Earth-ish, right? All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's raid this guy. Did anybody else have any other ideas or any other plans? I wanted to ask Ryan. We raided the wrong channel. Oh, I see. You're Ryan's partner. Ryan likes to watch the videos. I got you. We raided the wrong channel. Well, let's raid this guy's channel. Let's do it. All right. So his name, I think I have to follow him first. So I followed him, right? Oh. Yeah, he did it. DrZzs. Okay, he got the name right. So now let's raid him. Here goes. So now we're going to go back to my channel. Actually, I need to grab his name here. LTD. Copy. Now we're going to go to my channel. And then I do /raid. And then paste his name in there. And then here goes. It's going to grab all the viewers that we have, which is 46. And we'll send them all over to his chat. Raid now. 40 viewers. Here we go. Okay, let's do some emojis.
DrZzs, thank you for your awesome raid with 40 viewers. Welcome to the place of the flock, raiders. May the flock be with you. Get yourself a lily pad, make yourself comfortable. Daddy Kitten, thank you for your follow. Squasha, thank you for your follow. DrZzs,
oh, these are fun. This is fun to do.
And what did you do? You did science and technology. Oh, wow.
Home automation and LEDs.
Thank you for your follow. Much appreciated. You get a follow for me, DrZzs. Thank you. Thank you for your awesome raid, brother. Much appreciated. Home automation and LEDs. Good.
Lots of Dutch fans.
DrZzs, thank you for your follow. Hey, thank you for your follow.
He's going to spend the next 5 minutes saying, thank you for your follow. Love it. I love doing this. I wish we could do it with YouTube too. Pixel breath. Yeah, this is fun. I'm just gonna watch this for a minute. All right, we better sign off on my end. So you want to grab the kids? Huh? Oh yeah. Oops. Did I just shut that off? Oh, I just hit the wrong button. Oh, a hinge company.
You have to be quick to get in the race. Because I run 250, 260 races.
I do like this guy. He's awesome.
Adrian, hello, welcome to the place of the frog. Nice to see you.
Place of the Frog. Ooh, so these guys must make custom hinges. Okay, I'll check them out. Thanks. Have you? Good, because I want to come down and watch some basement too. All right, here's the kiddos. Okay, how are we going to sign off today, kids? We should definitely...
That is your last stream.
It is. My long-lost brother. It's the guy from The Mandalorian.
Wait, that's your long-lost brother?
No. Okay, it needs to be refilled. So it's definitely the last stream before Christmas, so let's sign off like Santa Claus. Don't you think? I think we should definitely sign off like Santa Claus. We had so many good big tips today. Everybody was giving us lots of money for fun things.
Thank you for the money.
Thank you for the money, everybody. Thank you. And thank you for being here. We will be back. I'll stream on probably Sunday. Be the next time I can, hopefully. So, all right, ready? Signing off like Santa Claus. Ready? As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. Merry Christmas, everybody. Adios.